Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be talking about the left hand and arm position on the violin. Now there's a disclaimer for you guys because there is actually no one correct method to do it, but what I'll be sharing with you guys in this video is what works for me and what works for my students. So let's dive into it. Now in the previous video I talked about how do we hold our violin with our left hand and our jaw. And for those of you guys who haven't watched the video, I'll put the link in the description below, so make sure you check it out. That'll be very helpful for you. We want to bear in mind that we want to put our hand on the neck of the instrument, the neck of the violin, this part. Now first let's talk about the functions and position of this thumb. Now the thumb is a very important part of the game. The thumb is a very important role because it resists the pressure exerted by the other fingers. So in other words, it supports the other fingers while you're playing. So the position of the thumb should be northeast. Northeast means that way. Not north, not east, but northeast. Northeast, 45 degrees. And it must be very relaxed. Now note, this only works for the first position. So when we are moving positions, the thumb will actually, be different, in a different position. But that will be another topic for another video. Now also, make sure that the thumb is relaxed. So why I say you should relax the thumb, if you're not relaxed, the beginners usually do this mistake that they sort of, like strangle the neck, which this is wrong. You can't play like this because it's all tensed up. And also, make sure it is not like this. This is also can be very tense. We want to make it very relaxed. Now the part of the thumb that has contact with the neck is actually this part of the thumb. Now everybody's hands are different, so this is just a basic guideline that what works for me. If you have a smaller hand, you gotta adjust or maybe seek advice from your violin teacher. Now the next stop, we want to talk about our fingers, where to place our fingers. We should use the tip of our finger. This part, as you can see, this is the tip of my finger. I use the pen to make a mark there. Now this part should be pressing the strings. Not the other parts of the finger, but the tip. And an important factor is while you're playing with the first finger, make sure your other fingers are standby on top of the string. Not like this. This is what I call flyaway fingers. We want to, stand by. Keep the distance as close as possible to the strings. So when you're playing faster passages, it saves you a lot of time. So you can get to the strings as soon as possible. Now this is very important, bear in mind. And do not collapse the finger. This is what I call finger collapse. Like this. It should be standing firm like that. This will help you in terms of accuracy and efficiency. So thumb, fingers needs to combine. It needs to work together. Now the next thing we're going to talk about is the wrist. You see, when you play, the wrist needs to be flat. Not jutting out like that, and not jutting in like this. Now for this in thing, I have a term. I call this the pizza pan. Like this. Back in the days when they get pizza, it's like, pizza's here, so pizza pan. This is a common mistake most of the beginners do. So we want to avoid that. Avoid jutting out as well. It must be flat. Flat and relaxed. So last but not least, now we're going to talk about the arm, the whole arm. Now depending on which string you are playing on, for example, if you're playing on the A string, I have an arm position for the A string, like this. And depending if you are on the D string, it is on another position. You have to jut it inwards, and then G string, like that. G, D, A, E. E, A, D, G. So if you notice 4 different strings, I have 4 different positions, 4 different arm positions. So if you notice, my elbow and arm moves while I'm changing each string. For example, if I'm going to play a scale, it's going to be like this. Now this helps for accuracy and also intonation. Now if you do not turn the arm, you might face a lot of bad intonation because the finger is not in position. Just think about it. If you are on the G string, and if you're not turned like this, you don't turn the arm, it's going to be like that. You need more. The finger needs to stretch more to be in tune. Now if you've turned the arm, it's easy. It's going to be easy because your hand is set in one position. Now the arm is just works like a lift, takes you. So I recommend doing an exercise just like playing a scale, playing a simple G major scale. In the first position, you have to practice the first position first. There you go. So now I'm going descending. Note that I'm moving my arm. Note that my arm is actually traveling as well. So. So bear in mind these 4 things that I mentioned. Put this in your daily practice routine, and hopefully it will help you, solve a lot of problems. So if you guys have any questions, do ask me in the comment section below. I will try my best to answer them. And if this video was helpful to you, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. A thumbs up. I'll really appreciate that. That tells me whether the content is good, and it keeps me motivated to post more contents. And if this is your first time watching my video, do hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you do not miss out on a single episode I post. Cheers, and I'll see you in the next video.